Okay, it is a big day in Indian cricket. Why? Shashwat will tell us.
Because Virat Kohli, the king, is finally back in T20I just before the World Cup, 2 games to go.
Are you 100% sure he's back?
Yeah, he arrived in Indore, he's ready to.
Arey,
In the
Yashasvi Jaiswal was also there, na? Last game when he was starting.
But do you think that Virat will be opening today? Are there any chances? But Rohit Sharma made it very
First,
sure
what did he make?
that we are going to open with Yashasvi Jaiswal, but then he was injured, so they got back Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, unfortunately.
When was he sure that?
Before the first match press conference, in the first match's pre-match press conference.
So just as Shashwat just explained to all of you that it is a big day because Virat Kohli is making his comeback after
14 months.
how many days to be precise?
Days I don't know, to be precise exactly. How many days?
400 plus.
So, I mean, Rohit's was 427 if I'm not mistaken. So add 3 days to that, then what, 430 odd?
430 odd. Maybe.
More than 400 days.
So, but Shashwat, as you heard from him at the start of the program, he confirmed that he is making his return today. But I said you should always be, careful. Like, we also know that Rohit Sharma will be playing, but what if Rohit Sharma pulls up before the game? Something happens. So, till the team is announced, you're not sure. Because this is winter time, you can get injured also, anything can happen. But 99.9% you can say, barring any last moment mishaps, that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma will be there. So Virat Kohli, as of now, the live picture suggests is fit, no injury, warming up, hitting a few deliveries in a ground which is known for big scores, which is known for batsmen making merry, for enjoying, and I think it will be a great opportunity for Virat Kohli also to do that, as was a great opportunity because before we get into the cricket, what did Satvik Sairaj and Chirag Shetty do? First game they won in 13 minutes.
Exactly.
13 minutes against the world number 1. They were making the world number 1 pair look like novices.
Yeah.
It looked like it will be one more feather in the cap of this new, Jodi, that Indian badminton, that legacy would continue to grow. But then, as it happens,
there was a contest like, which was the longest rally in the first game? The rallies were so short at the net, close to the net, smashes. That's it. One tap, one smash. Tap, smash. So 13 minutes it ended. But yet again, surprisingly, Satvik Sairaj, Vankireddy and Chirag Shetty fell foul to pressure. This same duo won 7 consecutive points when they were trailing 15-20 in the second game against the South Koreans. Now they were leading 10-6. They somehow lost it. It was a shock. I mean, today, if there was one thing to look forward from Super Sunday, which is today, we expected Satvik and Chirag to win the Malaysia Open.
Shashwat is just thinking, what French are you talking?
No.
Yeah, he knows about it. Because today there is...
Yeah.
You watched the match? Tell us the match report.
I did watch the match. I even heard 2 set pieces.
He watched it through me.
So tell us what went wrong. You tell us. Did you see the match or not?
I did see the match, but I am not sure if I can.
I don't know, but you can say now what happened when they choked.
Yeah, I think like the Indian football team yesterday choked to pressure. Here also they played the opponent, not the game itself.
But there's a big difference. In this case, Satvik Sairaj were at least on level keel.
Slightly behind. World number 1 was...
90-10 maybe if you're going by the differences. Very marginal. And having won the first game the way they did, dominant fashion, foot on the neck, says go for the kill.
Did you see the football match?
I did watch the football match very briefly.
I didn't see you in the live, so that's why
I had some family runarounds that I was a part of. I couldn't join. Yeah.
But you saw the match?
Saw the match. It was, good for what it was. You were expecting 4-0, considering that's what happened in 2011. So 2-0 to lose that way, defense strong, show a lot of guts, determination, good enough showing. Exactly what I think Satvik and she needed to do, ended up not doing.
So disappointment yesterday in football and hockey, disappointment in Paddy today, so far. Novak Djokovic had a bit of a runaround. 3 hour plus it took for him to win his first round match, even though he won it 3-1. It looks quite comfortable, but it wasn't quite. 3 hour plus, I think I was reading somewhere, it's for the very first time or after a very long time, it's taken him 3 hour plus to win a first round match.
Yeah.
So it's given a runaround by a debutant, no less, from Croatia.
Yes.
And that political history also.
Yep.
The two countries share.
Serbia and Croatia, 92.
So they
Balkan
played
history.
to against a youngster, young, solid lad, made Novak Djokovic sweat.
Yep. And to think a Croatian is right now mentoring Novak Djokovic. I mean, the great Croat, Goran Ivanisevic. I mean, speaks volumes. But yesterday, apart from the football, I think the biggest disappointment.
Hockey?
Yeah.
I said hockey.
Number 6, world number 6.
No, Harshit's not here, but he's here in spirit.
No, but world number 6 losing to world number 24. That was the biggest disappointment. Today, you're going to face New Zealand.
What time is the...
7:30. 7:30. All the matches for India are at 7:30 p.m. But if you lose today, game over. You can't qualify for Paris. Because you need to be in the top 2 of your group. And in the semi-finals, looking at the way how it is, if you win against New Zealand and Italy, you got a very tough assignment against potentially Germany, who are in the top 3 at this point. So remember, if you finish top 3, only then you secure Paris. Otherwise, game over.
Okay, so today is the second T20I, chance for India to seal the series. Before we get into that, there's also the big story about KL Rahul, now being part of the test team, but as a proper batter.
Yep.
And not as a wicket keeper, and that you're going to be playing a wicket keeper. What that tells me, is that it's going to make the 11 interesting, because one batter will then have to go out.
And you can think of 2 batters right now in the middle order who are struggling.
Yeah,
2 if you go
Shreyas
by.
Iyer.
And Shubman Gill.
But I don't think you will go past Shubman Gill at this point.
I kind of agree.
Shubman will be 3.
No, I'm saying there are 2. If you have to pick, I agree that if anyone's in danger, it would be Shreyas because of the position.
Yeah.
Number 1. 5 has become KL's default position.
You can't
at
fit
this point.
Shreyas in. You can't fit him in. Because KL will be 5, Bharat will be 6, Ash Jaddu will be 7, 8. And you're going to play 4 spinners, I think. 3 or 4 spinners.
4, no, 3 yes.
All will be ranked turners. It's
No,
a
doesn't
clear
matter.
cut
You're still not
indication.
going to play 3,
Akshar,
4
3.
spinners. Akshar, yeah, you'll go with those 3.
Or Kuldeep.
No, if you'll play 2 all-rounders, because your batting will be a bit of a lottery.
9, number 9. Then you'll have batting till number 9.
Yeah.
And then you've got 2 paces. That's it.
Yeah, just 2 bases.
So,
It's surprising how things change so quickly, because Shreyas Iyer till the World Cup was your main player, all format player we were talking about, just a few players who are all format players. But suddenly now, not in the T20 scheme of things, not in the test scheme of things, now if KL Rahul comes in as a batter, only ODI that's left for him.
I think he has a point, because, which is what I was thinking, suddenly Shreyas Iyer seems to have gone out of favor. I'm not defending him, saying that he's been outstanding in test matches or anything of that sort. But, it's like usually when there is a player and you're looking beyond him, it happens gradually, especially an all-format player. It does not happen overnight. But I think in Shreyas Iyer's case, it's happened like overnight, like switch on and switch off. So at one point switches on and he's going to play all format. You'll wait for him to be fit despite whatever injury he's going through, to bring him back into the ODI and T20 fold. Test, pretty much he's going to play, all of that. I think had a decent ODI World Cup.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. But now has gone out of the T20 reckoning suddenly without any poor performances.
despite having a good performance against Australia.
Yeah, ODI, we do not know what happens now going forward. And test matches, after one bad series that he's had in South Africa, suddenly his overall test numbers aren't bad. I agree his Sena test numbers aren't great. But if you're going to play spin-friendly tracks in India, then you would have thought he's the guy that you would have wanted. But I really want to know that what has happened, that suddenly, whenever something happens so suddenly, without too many matches where a person has failed, then that raises eyebrows as to what may have happened. Is there some other reasons? Like, for example, we are all discussing about Ishan Kishan, and we all know that there are reasons beyond cricketing reasons why he's been overlooked. But in Shreyas Iyer case, we do not know. But I now can't think that it just can be purely cricketing reasons that you are getting rid of him in everything suddenly.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the head coach did say that, there's no disciplinary issues. But it's being culled this ruthlessly from in fact, ironically, the person who it's reminding me of a lot is what happened to KL. KL lost his spot in T20s. In tests also, after the Bangladesh series, he was pretty much out. Then the only format he had was ODIs.
But can I tell you, with KL,
At least
they were poor performances and the chorus was growing. Like there was a lot of chatter that, he's not doing well. And Bangladesh series, I remember there was a lot of criticism that was coming his way. So that's what I'm saying. In that case, when he was dropped, I don't think it came as a bolt from the blue, and you knew that it was building up for him to be dropped.
Correct.
In Shreyas' case, there was no build up, there's nothing, and suddenly one fine day, boom, is gone. For T20, you've said, listen, we've got too many top order batsmen, we can't accommodate him, and so he's out. In test matches, now suddenly you've told KL Rahul that you're a batter. I mean, no doubt about that. I think KL Rahul, the batter you might still need in test cricket, but for keeping, we need a keeper, and who's the one that we have to kick out is, sorry for using that word, but eliminate or whatever is Shreyas Iyer. I think that's what has happened, and that's why sometimes I feel it could be beyond just purely cricketing reasons that you've taken a call like that.
But again, I think being the devil's advocate here, very big fan of Shreyas Iyer definitely, but again, I think that he hasn't fully, international cricket is ruthless. Someone when comes from behind and that person has been performing much better, and because KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer somewhat compete for the same position in all the three formats. So when suddenly someone like KL Rahul has been performing so well consistently, Shreyas Iyer, somewhere I remember talking in the World Cup about this, that he is getting to those 30s, 40s, he's not converting his scores to big hundreds. If he would have
he had two big scores in the ODI World Cup.
And that too, one in the semi-final also. But KL Rahul automatically had a better one. So automatically someone had to make way for him, and the only position that was empty and someone you could have...
No, but that's white ball cricket. I don't think KL Rahul has made way for him in white ball cricket for now. We don't know the ODI. T20 cricket.
The ruthlessness was such. KL succeeded in Centurion. Shreyas didn't.
Now you're going to judge them by just one match, one test match.
And it seems to be the case at this point.
we talk about mixing formats. Here you're mixing conditions.
Yeah.
You've discarded Shreyas on the back of him being a poor Sena batter, which is something all of us had suspicions about in test match anyway. But if you're going to produce ranked turners and you're putting up a batting lineup of players who all struggle against spin just to accommodate a KL Rahul.
Yeah, but that is also because I think KL Rahul has given that performance in ODI, so that has automatically replicated.
It is mixing formats.
Yeah, they are mixing formats, that's very clear. But again, in T20 cricket, he's competing with someone like a Virat Kohli. You anyways cannot have Shreyas Iyer and Virat Kohli in the same batting lineup. So there he's competing with Virat Kohli.
T20s I still agree with.
Here, KL Rahul, he's competing with KL Rahul, who has had such a good run. So both of them are competing. If he would have had a much better, more impactful innings till now, then I think this would not have been a debate.
So tell me one thing firstly, what do you make of the fact that they've suddenly decided that KL will not keep? I mean, by the way, KL, the keeper, looked pretty good in South Africa.
Yes.
I agree that those are different conditions and what you're going to encounter in India, different conditions. But has there been any evidence to suggest that he may not be good at that? And if that was the case, that if he's not your long-term solution, then why would just for one series you have him also keep? I mean, I can't...
Are they not confident about KL's fitness? I think they are still tiptoeing on that and they are walking on eggshells. Because see, the logic, so-called logic given is that, he'll have to keep two spinners and it'll take a bigger toll on his body. But then, hasn't he made a full recovery then? Then that means all the reports that he's made a complete recovery is false.
No. And it's not just, I don't think it was so much about toll. I think it's more down to the fact that apparently they said that they'd worry that he'd not be able to quite read rank turn.
Exactly.
Which I don't understand.
More than that than fitness.
And
I agree that you need a special ability to be keeping to spinners in Indian conditions, especially when the kind of pitches that you're going to be making. Now this is clear, not that it comes as a surprise. You knew that they're going to give you spin-friendly track, but I think this is as obvious as anyone can make it, that yes, that's what you're going to get based on your team selection. So I think it's more about skill levels of a keeper being able to keep to deliveries which even batters can't figure out. So maybe a good keeper can.
I mean, it's really, look, he kept well in conditions in the World Cup where two spinners were operating.
Yeah, but the World Cup was still
Again.
different.
But again, look, if your keeper is good, then I think you need not have that spin bogey with you. Oh, okay.
Then what that does is it proves to you, or rather it adds credence to the, let's say, chatter that you always want a KL Rahul in the team in some form or the other. He did a fine enough job as a wicketkeeper bat in South Africa. Why not just stick to him there? If your worry is then that he'll not be able to keep in India and you need to bring in KS Bharat, whose run with the bat has been terrible.
Terrible. But again, the explanation given also is that there is a risk he might become an injury.
There's a risk everyone picks up an injury.
No, I think which is now if you look at the reports, the bit where they talk about that because the ball was bouncing high up in South Africa, so he didn't have to, always be
on his haunches
and going down and coming up, going down and coming up, which can take a toll on your body. I agree. So that wasn't done much in South Africa. Mostly you were standing back, so you can survive. But for a spinner, every ball, if you have to do that, that can take a toll on your fitness. So,
but I don't know. I have a different opinion with this. I think isn't this more of convenience, because if KL Rahul suddenly came into the wicket keeping thing, because I think he would not have made a place in the 11 if he wasn't keeping.
True.
In the test squad, it would have been Shreyas Iyer. Now, just hypothetically, if KL Rahul would not have had a good series in South Africa, if he would not have had that 100, would he be making the side without keeping? I don't think that was possible. Now, suddenly, because he has made it into the 11 by his batting, now he doesn't want to keep.
So you're saying that there is, just try to understand that there is somebody in the team management conspiring against everyone else and ensuring that come what may, KL Rahul plays. So smart ploy, I'm just going by what Shasha.
No.
So the smart ploy in South Africa was that, listen, if he does not keep, he cannot make the playing 11 because Shreyas was ahead of him at the time. So let's get him to keep and get him in the playing 11. And then when he got into the playing 11, he performed. So he said, now listen, he's performed. Now he's gone ahead of Shreyas Iyer. Now, why burden him with keeping? He's anyway making the 11. Let's target Shreyas Iyer, kicking out, get a keeper.
No,
Everything is all. You just said,
to be fair,
you just said exactly.
People.
But you just said what I said. I only think I made it very clear.
No, I'm not saying someone in the BCCI.
No, not BCCI. Somebody. Yeah, but the person who was making the team will only do it.
But this seems a little odd.
I mean,
I have said exactly what Shashwat has said. He was trying to beat around the bush. I've actually spelt it out exactly. I know the toss has happened, 11 has happened, we'll get to it. But Shashwat, what he was saying, I have spelt it out.
All these adjustments for one player.
Exactly.
It baffles me.
You also believe what Shashwat is saying?
I mean, if he has to be your keeper, why can't he be persisted with? That means the BCCI have been telling us a lie that KL Rahul is 100% fit. He's not 100% fit then.
I don't think it's down to fitness. I do not think it's down to
I don't think it's even down to
fitness
skill
angle.
also.
But I'm not saying it's as much as Siddharth is saying, but the fitness angle is there because they obviously said that in South Africa you could stand up and collect because the ball was bouncing high. Here he cannot, so that's why. So I'm not saying, again, I think how I read it is the middle ground. Shane thinks there is nothing to do with fitness and you're saying that there is fitness. I think it has something to do with the fitness, but it's also not as extreme as he's not fit. I think what they're doing it in a manner is keeping fitness in mind but doing it as a precaution. So saying that, see, because he's already had those issues in South Africa, if he kept standing behind the wicket there for fast bowlers, he could collect it, so that cannot flare up again. He's fit right now. That will not flare up again. But if in India, if he did it for 5 test matches, alongside the fact that he's a top order batter as well, who's expected to bat for long, I think that might take a toll on an area where he's already been found unfit, and that can bring him down. I think that is what they've gone with and said, listen, let's get a proper keeper who does that, who may not be spending as much time on the crease as KL Rahul the batter.
But wasn't this thought in South Africa?
No, I just explained. In South Africa, he didn't have to bend
but then
for everything.
That means we'll be having different wicket keepers for overseas.
I agree with you. This is what is baffling.
That's why I got this.
No. I agree that either then go this way by saying, no, let's play a regular wicket keeper, whether in South Africa or in India. Or if he is going to be looked on as a wicket keeper, then let him keep in test matches. I know it's tough job, keeping for the whole day, and then he may not get too much rest in the sense till the time 3-4 batters back, then he may be batting also for very long.
But it was even, in fact, KL Rahul, the one only who said that I want to keep in all 3 formats and I want to fill that slot. Now suddenly, again, I think it's a little unfair on Shreyas Iyer, firstly because of this reason that on the basis of one series he will have to sit out in India, because you have to make way for KL Rahul again because of the reason he had a good World Cup, a good Test series. Now suddenly a keeper also has to make place, and so does the
That's why I said,
I mean,
maybe there's something beyond cricketing reasons.
I mean, we've heard of batters sometimes being, let's say preferring home conditions. We've heard of bowlers being more effective in home conditions. The first time ever I'm hearing about, we need two separate wicket keepers for home conditions and away conditions. And the away conditions wicket keeper just happens to be one batter who has had a very long rope, despite no consistent returns in the team.
Why? KL Rahul's had consistent returns.
ODIs he's had.
I'm talking about consistent. Okay, the amount of talent that KL Rahul has, he's not justified that billing across any formats. He's had great knocks.
South Africa is one of your standout.
He's had great
last
knocks.
series also.
He's had great knocks in tests when it comes to South Africa.
In only 2 Sena countries he's done.
England,
And
he's done
South
well in
Africa.
England. So I'm not taking.
He's got 100 in Australia too, I think.
Yeah, but that was 2014. After that,
he's
he
still
tapered
done it.
off. He tapered off after that.
So
yeah.
he has. I'm not denying the fact that he has a decent record. I'm just saying it does reek a little bit suspiciously that you're changing wicket keepers. Come on.
This has happened before also, I think, some years back when this logic was given that a different wicketkeeper for overseas and a different for home conditions. I
Did
don't
it?
remember.
When?
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm just trying to
Because,
remember.
even now I'm trying to remember because I remember before this you had Dhoni who was consistent
No, I
everywhere.
think
Until 14.
No, you had Saha. You played him everywhere.
Yeah.
Ridhiman Saha, of course, he played everywhere.
And Pant was his understudy.
Then Pant came. Then Pant played everywhere.
Correct?
Yeah.
No, I think Pant when he made his debut in England, then when they came back in home series, I think it was Saha who kept, because at that time there were a lot of things on Rishabh Pant's wicketkeeping.
Also, see again, the logic is sometimes you're not doubting Rishabh Pant's wicket keeping skill, but as soon as you realize that Rishabh Pant, the batter, is like a match winner who may be asked to bat for very long, why risk him keeping to spinners for 3 days of a test match? Because if that takes a toll on his fitness, then Rishabh Pant, the batter, is not available to us.
No,
I think that's what you're looking at.
Really, I totally understand that thing, but then suddenly why just one series he keeping? Was that
To allow Shreyas also to play, na? If there also KL would have played, then Shreyas would have said.
It's a big problem. I mean, look, so many.
Our dear producer Shivam wants us to discuss the match.
No, we'll go for it, Shivam. We know the.
I'm sending you some slugs. Please check.
Oh, slugs.
Go ahead. Sorry, you were saying.
I mean, look, in conditions, see, where you're not going to see a full 5-day test match. I mean, let's be very honest about it. In all the 5 tests, looking at the way how the spin friendly pitches are, max to max you may see 3 days, like what happened in the BGT, except in the 4th test. In that, to have this kind of a planning, quote unquote, that's really out of syllabus for me. It's really out of syllabus.
Too much thinking, you're saying.
Yeah, the South Africa tests lasted only 4.5 days. The entire series lasted 4.5 days.
2 tests lasted that.
Yeah, the entire series, only 4.5 days. Not even a full completed 1 test match. And here in this India-England series, are we going to give them sporting pitches? Are we kidding ourselves?
No, but define sporting pitches.
Okay, like what we have seen in...
definition has changed.
Okay, like what we saw in the WTC final at the Oval. That's a sporting weight, lasted all 5 days, was good for batting and
But
bowling.
that pitch was an oval, now. How do you make that pitch in
Here in India, when was the last time? Okay, I may say the Dharamshala wicket of 2017.
That was
India,
a
Australia.
sporting pitch, you could say. Because it had assistance for everyone as the wear and tear was kind of natural.
Yes.
What about Ahmedabad in BGT?
That was a feather bed.
Well, that wasn't sporting. That was the opposite. That was the other end of the extreme. If you have one end which is too bowler friendly, here the bowlers were getting absolutely nothing. I felt sorry for the fast bowlers after a point.
See, 2021, you dished out one flat wicket, Root hit a double 100 in Chennai. Then after that, they said, no, we can't prepare sporting wickets, we have to go sandpit way. And they went sandpit
And
way.
then Root took 5 wickets.
took 5 wickets?
Okay, now to the Indian playing 11, because there's a lot of interesting bits that have happened. Firstly, Siddharth's wish has not been granted. Siddharth so desperately wanted India to bat first and win. but Rohit Sharma won the toss and once again has taken the conventional, the right decision.
No particular reason.
To be chasing.
Yes.
As become the norm in T20 cricket. Oh, also he wants to win. He wants to stamp his authority, win the series against Afghanistan. That's what he's done. But the playing 11, that was the interesting bit. So you've had 3 changes in all. Firstly, the interesting bit is that Virat Kohli is back. The headline act, no surprises there. He had to be coming back now. We had already told you on Sports Today he had arrived.
Yes.
In the city and that he will be part of this team, and so he comes in. But what I said would be interesting was that what if Yashasvi Jaiswal was fit and he came back, what is it that the team would do? Now you have the answer.
Gill out.
Shubman Gill is sitting out, and I think that is going to be a big headline. And we'll spend time on that because there will be lots of conspiracy theories and so on and so forth when it comes to the exclusion of Shubman Gill. But it's going to be Rohit Sharma, Yashasvi Jaiswal opening. Then there is Virat Kohli at number 3. So all of you who are hoping for Rohit Virat opening is not happening. Virat is going to bat at 3. Yashasvi and Rohit are going to open. We've also got the answer as to the earlier question we had asked. Who goes out when Virat Kohli returns? And the answer is Tilak Varma.
Yes.
I had gone with Tilak Varma going out. Our friend Harshit said no, it will be Dubey who will go out. But it is Tilak who's gone out. So clearly they've seen form. And also the fact, not just form, I think they are looking at Dubey as a 6th bowler. So you had to go with a Dubey. So that's that one change. Tilak has gone out. Virat has come in. Gill has gone out. And Yashasvi comes back into the team after missing that first game because of an injury. Jitesh Sharma remains your wicketkeeper batter. Rinku Singh, of course, remains as your finisher. Then you went in with 3 spinners. You've continued to go with 3 spinners in Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, Ravi Bishnoi, exact 3 spinners that you had in the first game, and the exact 2 fast bowlers that you had in the first game in Arshdeep Singh, Mukesh Kumar.
Yes.
Okay, first and foremost, thoughts on Gill going out. Who wants to start?
I'm a little surprised because I didn't think that Gill was someone who they looked at as an all format player and they'd give him a long rope. But I think about 6 months now that Barron Run has been going, started right after the IPL final, had a poor WTC, been very patchy across
West
formats.
Indies didn't do
Yeah,
well.
exactly. West Indies didn't do well, didn't have a great World Cup, not had a good time since, I think, when push came to shove, and there were obviously going to be tough questions asked given you knew of Virat and Rohit are going to start. The danger spots were always there. And Gill going out, bit of a surprise, but I mean, it does show that I don't think anyone is bulletproof right now, except Virat Rohit.
And even Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, I said Virat and Rohit.
And, yeah. But
No, can't say that yet.
But I think that little unfair on Shubman Gill definitely. This is the time when he needs the backing from the team management. Hasn't been getting runs since a lot of time. If he would have done well in these T20Is, that would have reflected in test matches also, because that confidence you carry on. But one person had to sit out with Rohit Sharma coming in. I'm happy that they have gone with Yashasvi Jaiswal just because of the fact that he gives that intent and that T20 specialist kind of a role. He gives you that, but unfortunate for Shubman Gill. And I also would have wanted to see India bat first, because that is the problem with Indian T20 cricket, especially with Rohit and Virat coming back, setting the template, going for runs. This just shows that maybe India is a little intimidated by Afghanistan batters, because they might go on to chase that.
So the batting for, I think Siddharth had mentioned earlier also, he would have liked to have seen India bat first, but maybe the safety first approach of winning the series, maybe third T20I you see that. But going back to that big topic, which is Yashasvi coming back and Shubman Gill being left out, I know that one thing that will be, being mentioned on social media is going to be that run out. I know that there will be a few people who are going to talk about that run out, how he upset his skipper. And guess what? Next game, he finds himself sitting on the bench. Any takers for that theory here?
No.
We hope not.
Rohit had made it clear that we are anyways opening with Yashasvi before the first game itself. Then he got injured.
See,
So you don't
No,
believe
no,
that.
I don't.
See, often it can happen, okay? Publicly, you're cool about it. You're cool about, okay, we are professionals, it happens. Privately, you may be seething. Who knows?
No,
Privately.
So after the game, 3 days or 2 days.
I mean, see, it did not help that Shubman Gill did not have a good run for 6 months. It didn't help.
No, that I agree. But you're saying there is something to do with the run-out?
I mean, when things go wrong, they really go wrong.
Do you think it's contributed?
It's not contributed. This was just the mean.
So then it's contributed.
You
If-
can
if
just
it
say
was
it
this-
is a facade. It's just a facade that okay, it's probably contributed, but we all know the real picture that 6 months of poor form.
But then what exactly is your point? Because you're on one hand insinuating that it
See,
did.
we don't know. Look, we don't know this Indian cricket
No,
team. what is-
either you have to say that no, that run-out had nothing to do with this decision. Had that run-out not happened, he would have still not played. Or you can say it was building up, all things were there.
Yeah.
That run-out contributed, whether it's 5%, 2%.
I would
10
like to incline towards that.
That's the latter. That you think that it was anyway building up
Yes.
towards this, but that
Run
run-out
out.
contributed.
Yes, it was the matchstick that
final
lit the fire.
straw.
Yes.
The
The
match
straw
team.
that broke the camel's
Camel's
back.
You think like I would be very surprised. I don't think so, and you know, knowing the kind of person that Rohit Sharma is, I don't think he'll hold a grudge. I don't think that's even contributed 1% that run out to the decision that he may have taken. As Shashwat pointed out, that this was spoken by him earlier only, that Rohit and Yashasvi will open. But what I do find surprising is that while I think the run-out has played no role, but I still find it surprising that the Indian team management had that thought initially only to not play a Gill. I'll tell you why I'm surprised with it, because Gill, the test match batter, kind of been struggling.
Yeah.
Okay, in ODI, if you look at white ball, IPL was the highest run getter at an amazing strike rate. Then WTC didn't work. West Indies didn't have a great series. After that ODI World Cup, if you see, he got down with dengue, and it wouldn't have been easy for him. He may have made the comeback to the team, but wouldn't have been easy physically for him to be at his best. And this is something that Rahul Dravid also mentioned. And my point is, this is the guy that the Indian team had so much faith in. At the World Cup, also you were waiting when he comes back, and you thought that he was going to be crucial. He had a good Asia Cup. Let's not forget, he had a good Asia Cup in white ball. So his white ball form, I agree, in test matches he's been struggling, and I think that is something that you can look at. You know, there are even talks of probably sending KL back to that opening slot. Maybe that can happen. But my point is, at the moment in white ball cricket, I don't see that, or I did not see a scenario where you lose faith in someone like a Shubman Gill so early, considering what you were viewing him as, considering that he was being viewed as a future captain, considering that he's already now been made a franchise captain in the IPL.
Yeah.
So comes up with a lot of reputation. So I'm a bit surprised. But on the other hand, I also love Yashasvi Jaiswal. I love the fearlessness that he's been showing, and including him, I think the team management is kind of giving us a indication that they are trying to change the way they play T20 cricket. Because Rohit mentioned it, they're trying to do a few different things, like play 3 spinners, getting Dubey to bowl a few more, being the 6th bowling option, having your batting till number 8, you know, instead of number 7. So I think this is the kind of template they want. They want a left hand, right hand opening pair. I think that is another reason. And Yashasvi, in the limited time that he's played, has shown that he does not care what the opposition, what the situation is. He'll go all out attacking. Not too many players were ready to do that. So they've gambled on him. It's a refreshing approach. It's interesting. But I'm a bit surprised that they have let go of someone as not just talented, but as I don't know, favored. I don't think if it's a favored would be right word, but as I can't think of the correct word. Favored would be very extreme.
Someone
And
was
talented
backed as
also.
much, let's say.
Yeah. Someone they were backing so much for so long. I mean, I don't know what the appropriate word would be. Someone they saw potential in. I think a lot of potential in it, and suddenly you see that evaporate.
And also in the case of 2 all format guys, Shreyas Iyer and Shubman Gill now suddenly in the space of 1 month.
And also what's confusing is it's the reasons don't really add up. With Gill, his struggles were largely in red ball. White ball, I mean, I know we've spoken about that in T20Is, he's had what 250s in 9 or 10 innings and there were a few single digit scores as well. But I take that with an opener, especially one who's a stroke maker who looks to bat aggressively. I'm fine with that. So T20Is wasn't his struggle area. ODIs was hit and miss, and red ball definitely been having a torrid time. You dropped him on the basis of that. Shreyas, his biggest problem is that he can't play abroad in bouncy conditions. In home conditions, spinning conditions, he's a match winner. So you dropped him in home.
And in the previous match, it was not as if Shubman Gill was struggling. 191 strike rate. That's the same strike rate with which even Yashasvi Jaiswal operates.
Correct.
And gives you 20s, 30s.
Yes.
I mean,
the
on
same.
an average, he'll give you a
He'll
lot
give
of
you
runs
that
someday,
start, yeah.
but he'll fall short someday. But I'm saying on an
That's
average.
the thing.
What Sir just mentioned, I think it's more, the reason is more to play Yashasvi is that freshness. You need someone who just goes in and from the word go just blast, that you intimidate the bowling side a little bit the way Yashasvi
But
plays.
Gill did that last
Yeah, Gill did that last
match. Apart from the run out.
Of course.
See.
But again, things changed so rapidly in the whole T20 setup with Rohit and Virat coming. Things had to.
That is the reason why your point about freshness is not valid.
Exactly,
and
it's not. But because that is the thought process now, because now what has happened is that Rohit Virat have come. Now everyone knows that people are looking at this Indian team with that point of view that we need to see that freshness. Just to keep that in mind, I think Yashasvi gives that statement as a whole.
But then even
to the team.
Gill hardly has played. I mean, don't forget, we're talking about the failure of 2022-21. Gill was nowhere in the scene as far as the World Cup is concerned. So sticking with the Gill would have been fresh. And also, and this is going to be an unpopular thing I say, but watch a Gill and watch Gill play. I think he plays the way you'd want a Rohit and Virat to play in T20s.
Yeah, exactly.
Classical stroke making, nothing unconventional. Intent, aggressiveness is there, and when he sticks, he gets you big runs.
Yeah, that is what a Shubman Gill would do. But the role Yashasvi Jaiswal is filling, that is of a absolutely pinch going out.
No,
and
my
just
point.
hitting balls.
The point I'm trying to make
Yeah,
is you're not.
exactly,
You should
yeah.
be playing both of them,
Yeah, exactly,
rather than trying to accommodate.
You should be. But then again,
It's
with both
not
of them,
happening.
That is-
But as Siddharth points out, did Gill not show you that if need be, I'll also play that role?
Especially in really good batting conditions. Ask Ahmedabad.
I mean, see, the point is,
Last match he showed you.
he showed you that intent.
But overall, I agree that Jaiswal has been showing you that. And I simply love Jaiswal. I think he's a breath of fresh air.
Look, Jaiswal has started, if you look at it, white ball in a similar way like how Shubman Gill started.
No.
Aggression-wise.
Aggression-wise, Gill didn't have any aggression till 2 years
Not
back.
like Yashasvi.
I've watched Gill in KKR.
Look,
Please.
see, KKR, there was a
Not
different...
as much as Yashasvi.
Let's not look at IPL. I'm looking at international.
Okay,
cricket.
internationally also.
International grade. Yeah,
But-
IPL can't be the benchmark
But
for
Gill
everything.
still didn't have this kind of, like Jaiswal has come,
Yeah.
said, I will go. Hell for leather.
all the balls.
2022, if you look at it, see, when he got a regular run, if you look at Shubman Gill, hasn't he shown you that he can strike at
Can
the
I add what was the thing that actually kickstarted? What was the catalyst to that? His run in the Gujarat Titans.
Yeah.
KKR, he was a very different opener.
Yeah,
He was an
yeah.
accumulator.
That time, see, he wasn't knocking down at the Indian cricket team selection that much. See, he had come off a good under-19 World Cup.
And no, but
played
he had
only
played.
one game.
He played
one game.
games.
In New Zealand, he played. But then, he became a regular after 2021, if you look at it.
Yeah.
21-22.
And like Shane sir pointed this out, that Gill plays the way someone like a Rohit should be playing at top of the order. But what Yashasvi does is that Gill would stop that odd good ball that is really good, that is not meant to be hit. But Yashasvi will go after that ball also, and you need such players in T20.
You know what your problem is now. The law of averages has caught up with Shubman Gill at the worst time possible. First
Across
6 months of
formats.
2022, you had the Midas touch across formats.
Walking on water.
Yeah.
No, I think even if Gill was in good form in the Test series also, or in the white ball a little more also, I think still the team would have. I'm really happy that they are.
I would be surprised.
I'm really happy, in fact, that the team has backed someone like Yashasvi Jaiswal, because otherwise it would have been very unfair on him that he's showing this intent and still he is not getting.
I will only agree with that one point of yours that see things change very rapidly in T20
Exactly.
cricket. Okay, this is the same Shubman Gill who was just 84 runs away from breaking Virat Kohli's all-time mark. This was how long? This was just about 7 months ago.
Correct.
7 months ago. And in that period, you had a format which was not even T20I. You had only ODIs. So if you have to look at the starting point of this all, it has to be from the West Indies series, August. You played 5 T20Is there. Then you played 5 T20Is against Australia. Okay. Gill didn't play at that time. because he was obviously
Resting.
part of the World Cup, resting and all that. But now the problem of plenty and the law of averages have caught up with Shubman Gill.
Well and truly.
Because Jaiswal capitalized on his opportunity against Australia. He already had capitalized on his opportunity in Test match cricket in the West Indies. Now,
Okay, just about a few minutes to go for the game to start. But quickly, one word on the Afghanistan team. I see Noor is back.
Yes, I was just saying.
So
I was gonna say,
no
that, I mean, I'm really happy to see him. Dangerous bowler. All of you who've seen him in the IPL know, you know how dangerous he can be. Finally, better senses prevailed. He comes back. Will make interesting. As far as Afghanistan's bowling is concerned, last time Mujib was good. He needed someone to help him out. Noor could be that guy today since their fast bowlers really didn't come to the party.
Three spinners and 3 pacers, please. I know Naveen ul Haq you're going to say, but Naveen, then you've got Fazal Haq and Gulbadin.
You got Omar Zai as well.
Four pacers.
You're being generous using the word pacers.
I mean, they are pacers.
Medium pacers, whatever. So they've done that change. Quickly, let's go to the comments. We wanted to take a few.
Yep.
Okay, Pranit Datta says, good to see team management backing Jaiswal ahead of Gill. Okay, he likes this.
Yeah.
He also says, great to see team finally backing the 6th bowler
Dubey.
also. We've spent a lot of time talking about that, and I agree with you. You know, that 6th bowler, you needed to back them earlier. You were a bit reluctant to give them bowling. Now you are, so good on that. Pranit also sends a question, says, I think you're looking too much into the run-out thing. There is no way Gill, Kohli, Rohit can play together in T20s. Jaiswal plays the T20 the right way.
But again, Pranit, too soon. It's just too soon. And he's not getting too much time either.
No,
That's
but
the
anyway,
point.
our opinion was also divided. That's his
Yeah.
opinion. You are entitled to your opinion.
Yes.
He's to his, me to me. Okay, more questions, please. Shivam, what happened today? Yeah. Okay, Ryan is saying, I'm so disappointed with the team selection today. To be honest, I don't have an interest in T20, but India has lost one fan who will not be watching. Ooh, Ryan from the UK
big
says.
words,
Why would
Yikes.
he say that? I don't know.
So disappointed with the team selection. Ooh.
Okay, we would have loved for you to have told us why and what is that selection. The only big debate I think right now is Shubman Gill
Yeah, I
for
think he's talking about
Yashasvi. That could be the only one. But other than that,
Unless he's unhappy that
everything
Kohli has
else-
returned.
No, everything else was expected. No, if he was unhappy, then he would have been unhappy when the team was announced.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Not today. Rakesh Bhushan says he's comparing you to Sidhu Sid.
Oh
This
my
is very
God.
nice. You know, so he feels that knowing Indian cricket, he feels that
Yeah.
that run out did contribute, even if it's 1%.
1%.
Completely opposite of what somebody else thought. But that's why I said different people, a different opinion. We've got the game's about to start.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, could not take all your comments because there was so much to discuss. But post-match, like always, is our longer session where we go on for an hour or so, and that's when we can try and answer all your questions. Looking forward to the play today, but as we do, as is a norm here at Sports Today, we take our predictions. What do you reckon is going to happen?
I mean, Afghanistan batting first. Last time I overestimated them. No, I'll go a little low. I'll say they'll get about 160 odd because I do know Indore generally batting conditions are good. Get 160, but India canter to win.
175 and India win easily.
170 in India, man.
I would have also gone 175. So I'll go what should I do?
85.
That's a bit high for this
No,
battle.
I'll
I mean,
go-
it's a small ground.
I'll go 172.
172. Okay.
So 170, 72 and 75.
Yes.
Thanks.
Lovely. You are the lowest.
I am saying 160.
Okay. Akash Bharadwaj also states 160. Okay.
Well done, Akash.
And Ashish sir is saying 180. Piyush Nandre 172 for 7. Okay.
You and me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
See you guys.
Oh,
Game
two
started. Bye bye. Take
Bye
care.
bye. Nandri.
Nandri.
Bye.
Vanakkam.
Arshdeep doing his Mick Johnson impression.